So I've been pretty consistently lately getting emails again from YouTube about, oh, well, the content in these videos can't be monetized because you have a copyright content ID claim. They hadn't been sending me emails, to be fair, over the course of the entirety of Xillia 1, Infamous 2. And they only started it in the second episode of Infamous Festival of Blood again. Even though all of those were subject to copyrighted content because of the music or the audiovisual content therein. But if I really wanted to monetize any of this stuff, I could cut out the intro, but would the game really be the same without its intro when it plays? Like, I don't feel like I could reasonably play this game if I didn't play the intro first. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a required part of what makes this game. So, that's, in case anyone was wondering, that's why we don't skip it even though it's copyrighted. But here we are again, for the final time with this one. Won't be doing any of the post-game stuff. EX Elite Monsters, the Illusionary Darkness bonus dungeon, bonus bosses. None of that. Not going to be doing any of that. So, we also didn't do the arena, or I think I might have missed a couple of treasures outside of Fractured Dimensions as well, because I think there's like a Vice President's office in Spurious Corporation that you can go to pick up some goodies, but nothing I personally care that much about, so I'm not too concerned about it. But if you want to do the arena, you could unlock some of the Devil Arms, the sealed versions, but they're sealed until the post-game anyway, so I don't really see the point. There's stat boosters, but they're not really that plentiful, so I don't really see the point. Alexandrite's been nerfed, so it's a reward for one of the levels of party Coliseum battles. But again, since it's been nerfed, don't really see much of a point. So yeah, it just doesn't really appeal to me the way that it probably should appeal to me. Oh well. Oh, and I'm trying a slightly different setup today. I actually wanted to try to set it up so that the mic is in a place where I can actually, like, sit back a little bit, because usually when I'm, doing this normally, I've got two pillows behind me, and I'm not exactly sitting back. Like, I'm sitting back somewhat, but not very much. So now, with this current configuration, I should be able to sit back a little bit more, and, not tense up my back for 3 straight hours. So that should be good. The audio might be a little different than usual, but I will see how it sounds after this, and if this sounds good, I'll make some tweaks and stuff like that if needed, but if this sounds good, we might stick with this setup, because it works better for me personally. If I'm going to sit here and play games for potentially 3 hours at a time, I want to be able to incline, you know what I mean? So, okay. I have taken a drink. Let us go and get this started. Yeah, I don't know about the incline part, though. Like, I'm thinking about it, and this is where I would be if I was inclined. And I don't know how much the mic would be picking that up. So, well, see how it goes. Okay, last little bit. Nothing like visiting Orphan's Cradle before we even play Final Fantasy XIII. Like I said, I swear, sometimes I feel like these games were just collaborating with each other, the Final Fantasy XIII series and the Tales of Xillia series, but I don't think there's any definitive evidence of that. Yet. I was going to zoom in, but I don't think I can do that because I don't think I can quite... Oh, okay, I guess I could have done that there. Yet. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the finale of Tales of Xillia 2, the Stream Edition. Last time, we finished up all the character episodes, all the bonus episodes. We actually entered the Land of Canaan previous to this to get a cat. We have all 100 cats. We have all the cat treasures, which were just attachments. And now we get to deal with this, which is a dungeon certainly one of the dungeons of all time, you'll notice that there are a bunch of pathways all moving forward. Well, that's because there are a whole bunch of different configurations to this dungeon where these platforms may or may not be real. As an example, here's one that's not real. If it's not real, you cannot cross it. And there will be some times, there's always going to be a path forward. There will be times where it'll basically seem like you can't move forward because the paths all seem to be blocked off. There will never be a situation where you absolutely can't move forward, but sometimes you'll have to go backward in order to go forward. So that's real fun. Thanks, Kronos. That's a lot of fun. That's a great, entertaining time that you've created for this final dungeon. I don't personally find it too bad. I want to say that now, knock on wood, just because sometimes you get lucky and you get the correct path and you get to the end in 5 minutes. Sometimes you don't and you have to use all your holy bottles and you get there in 45 minutes. So we'll see how it goes. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome to the finale. Good evening. Literally just woke up. Well, you woke up at a good time, because here we go. Also, by the way, I want to mention a couple of things. I'm going to do a little bit of ability changing and stuff like that before we go. We tried to fight the super boss with Leia and Mila, right? Now, my original plan was to say, okay, so there are a total of 3 final bosses, quote-unquote. We have 4 characters. Now, one of them is a 2-phase fight, so I could have each character participate in each fight. So phase 1 of one of them, phase 2 of another one, then the second boss, and then the third boss. I was thinking I was going to do it like that. So like Leia does phase 1 of the first one, Mila does phase 2 of the first one, then Gaius does the entire second battle, and then I play as Luger for the third and final battle. But here's the problem. There's 2 problems. The first problem is that both of the final bosses have what I thought was a skill. It's not actually a skill, it's just an inherent trait that cannot be disabled in any way, where 30% of the time, you'll be juggling them in the air and they will instantly drop out of the air onto the ground. And the way that this game's combo system works means that you instantly drop the combo as soon as they do that, and they just have an RNG-dependent chance of just dropping out of a combo and onto the ground. So that's fantastic design, I love that. The second problem, you'll hear in a minute. You may remember that we grabbed this outfit from Mila last time. So now, here's the thing about this outfit. You may hear it in the background. The music actually changes when you equip this outfit to Mila's battle track number 1 from Tales of Xillia 1. Which, I mean, that's fine, you know, there's nothing wrong with that track in particular. It's just, I don't know if it really makes for a good final boss dungeon battle theme, you know what I mean? So, but as long as you have it equipped on Luger, you will get that theme.
Onward.
So, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up unequipping it until later, and then we'll re-equip it once we get close to the end. So that way we don't have to listen to music that is fine on its own, but probably not the most appropriate music we could have for the final dungeon, basically. So, that's the plan. The other thing that I'm going to do, by the way, while I'm in this dungeon, you may have noticed that I actually fought enemies there, even though it's like, okay, well, let's just get to the end.
My legs weren't shaking a bit. But if I'm scared, poor Elle's gotta be terrified. I can't let it get to me.
Well, you're right about that one. Excuse me. Yeah, so we actually fought some enemies there. Here's the thing, so I'll go to the... Okay, well, I won't go to the menu just yet to show you. But, all of the enemies inside of this area actually have stars that they can have for their... hang on, what am I trying to say? Hold on. Let me get this guy down first, and then I'll tell you. So all of the enemies in here have SP stars, basically. And that means you can get up to 1 star with them, 2 stars, 3 stars, all that stuff. The stuff that you had access to before when you were outside. I don't know why they did that for enemies in here, considering it's the final dungeon, but I'll just show you in the bestiary what I mean, since it's a little clearer when I do this. If we go to enemy data, If you have someone like this who's in a fractured dimension, there's no bonuses. But in here, there's 4 types of enemies. We fought all of them so far. They all have bonus stars attached to them. So like if you get up to 1 star, you get a little extra SP. You get up to 2 stars by beating 50 enemies, I want to say. You get a second one, and then 200 gets you the third one. I have committed over the course of the game to getting 1 star with all the enemies that it's available in, and I'm not going to make an exception here. We're going to try to get that here as well, which means we'll be fighting some enemies on our way through here. But I guess it gives Gaius something to do on the way through, since because of the fact that the... oh yeah, I guess I should explain that part. The reason why...
the obstacles they've thrown before us will accomplish little more than wasting our time.
Well, yeah,
they've underestimated us, and I intend to make them regret it.
As you should. So the reason why it's troublesome that the final bosses all have that 30% chance to fall out of your combo and instantly counterattack you is because if you look at our party, here's Gaius, he has Swallow Fury. Here's Leia, she's basically always in the air when she's attacking. And here's Mila, whose entire combo that I have going on there, except Whirling Assault, is in the air. If they can't do their combos because the enemies drop out of their combos, that's going to be a little bit of a problem now, isn't it? So, basically, my plan is shot again. I was going to do something similar to what I was going to do in Xillia 1, where I was going to try to fight the final boss with everybody. But since I can't do that, I'm just going to fight all the final bosses with Luger, because his entire combo's on the ground. And I will just have Gaius kind of do what he needs to do in order to... Basically, I'm going to have Gaius get us to where we need to go, and then we'll go from there.
Demonic chaos!
Lock 20. What are you weak to? Fire and light. Okay. I can take care of that by doing one of those, if I can even hit you. I mean, I guess I didn't have to do that now, did I? Because I could have just as easily
okay, let's
just
move on.
whacked them upside the head with my sword because it's light element. I keep forgetting I can do that. Yeah, oh look, rare metals. Yeah, because those are something we really need at this point, right? So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I've only got 2 foods left. I just ate one of them, to be fair. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to have us get to a point where we've gotten 1 star with all the monsters before we run out of this fruit and cheese. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I will make an attempt. Oh, by the way, since Gaius isn't going to do any fighting in the final boss fight, player controlled, that is.
It's time! Shining torrent!
Goodbye. Who's next? Oh, I see the problem. So I have to use Exalted Divide. And the reason why is because, technically speaking, whatchamacallit, just the regular slash is also slash elemental, which does not really help us.
We have?
Now equals.
Just like old times.
So you might be wondering, why did I just show off Shining Torrent in that fight? And I'll tell you the reason. I'm thinking that because of the way that the final bosses are structured, I'm thinking the Linked Mystic Arts might actually be a trap to equip, because that's 40 SP that I could use on something else, and namely the skills that I would want to use it on are HP and TP Surge, which I need to unequip something on Gaius in order to do that. What could I unequip? To do this for him, I can unequip Light Guard, we don't need that. But I'm thinking HP and TP Surge 1 and 2 would be more optimal to equip for the final bosses, so that's why I wanted to show that off before we got there, because I don't think I'm going to get the chance to do that by the time we get there. So, Gaius' Status Guard a shareable skill you've got? Let me just make sure. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I want to link with him probably because the final bosses also have access to status effects, and well, Mila has the ability to cure them, but she's not as reliable as Dispel, unfortunately. So we may have some troubles with getting those to go. Oh, I've already got those on Luger, so he's good. Leia, what about you? I probably need to undo, yeah, that. And actually, I think that's it. You can equip all of these now, yeah. Okay, so I can leave TP gain 1 and 2 on for you, so I can just partner up with one of you. I think Luger's still got HP and TP gain equipped, so he can just equip that really quickly and go from there. And then Mila, she'll actually have even more SP than this by the time she's done, because 2 of the monsters in here actually give her SP, so... But basically with these on, it's almost like HP and TP Surge, how they worked in the first game, where you equip them, and then you get... okay, that's not going to let me go forward. You equip them, and then you immediately have... you get full HP back when you use a life bottle, or you use Resurrection, or anything to that effect. Oh, god damn it. I want to do a link up. It's easier to do a link up in this case, because then I have to do less battles. But that's okay, I guess.
Now's our chance.
Aww, that's it?
We'll just get rid of them faster. But yeah, I guess if you need rare metals for any equipment creation, this would be a pretty decent place to get some, because we get them from most of the enemies here. I think most of them also give pointy talons, so I guess that's also an option.
Now.
I'll just wait.
Focus. I feel peculiar. Energy shackle. Let us attack together. Link pillar.
Probably don't need to do a link pillar either, but
The future shall be forged with our blades.
in reality, Gaius's attacks are primarily, with Luger, the link ones that I have are primarily his first 2 attacks, so sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Now what I actually like to do in this part right here, because you have a screen transition that you can work with in order to spawn monsters, so if you keep going back and forth in the screen transition, you can actually spawn a whole bunch of monsters in a row. So what I'm thinking I might do is I might try to get these guys together if possible. Okay, that's fine. And then kind of just go back and forth until we get up to 1 star and everything. And once we get there, I can kind of just say, okay, you know, I'll just, But yeah, once we get there, I'll probably just,
Finish them.
once we get up to 1 star and everything, then I can kind of just say, okay, time to go, and then I'll just equip put a holy bottle on, and then we'll just move right along.
Duty.
I was gonna say, what the hell is spawning on top of me here? Right, I gotta... Alright, come on then. Oh good, we went up with him.
You will never defeat me.
Wasn't sure if we would or we wouldn't. We'll probably level up one more time in the process of getting the 1 stars and everything, by the way. So, speaking of which, let's just double check where we're at right now so I know what to look for. Okay, so we're halfway there with Harpies. We're almost there with Scorpions. We need 10 more Chrono Snakes, so that's pretty obvious. So we want to do, like, Harpies and Skeletons about the same amount. Find 1 Scorpion, maybe, but sometimes they spawn with snakes, so I might just look for the Chrono Snakes more than anything else. Chrono Snakes are usually the ones that take the longest because they're the big monsters that only spawn by themselves, and sometimes they don't let you link up with other things because they're so big and the platforms relative to them are a little bit smaller. This is fine. Guess we could do the combo like that too if we wanted to. Do a little extra. Oh, wait. It's kind of too far away from me when I do that. break through. There we go.
Join me. Luger, do you have my back?
Yes.
Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, no, sometimes it's just difficult to get around them, so... But we got this Chrono Scorpions done, so that's good. Oh, and I see Harpy and Skeleton. Come along! Both of you. Okay. I should have ran a little closer to the Harpy. Oh, well.
Don't mess up my
I'm not
big
too
scoop.
worried, honestly, because it's like, I can probably just, like...
Piece of cake.
Well, get that done really quickly, but also, like, you know, do whatever I can with the large fruit and cheese that we have, and then just keep fighting, because level restore will take us ahead after this. I'm not going to fight that Harpy just now, because I couldn't get into an encounter link, so I'd rather just use the, what we have left on the fruit and cheese for Chrono Snakes. So basically you just keep going back and forth, and eventually they'll spawn as a different enemy, basically. Like that. Let's see if I can link two of the snakes together. I don't know if that's actually an optimal way to do it, though, honestly. I'm not sure if it makes a difference. By the way, these weird fragments and mysterious beads that I'm picking up here, those are where you're going to want to hunt for your dingy puffballs if you're looking to make the elemental cloak. You have to kind of keep coming back to those, because dingy puffballs are considered a rare drop from those blue item markers. So that means you have an 8% chance from each one of those item markers to get a dingy puffball. Good luck! Just make the witch's cloak. It's so much easier. Why would you ever want to do the other way?
Peculiar.
It doesn't make any sense. Still whacked me upside the head there, but that's okay.
Join me. Demonic chaos.
Okay, got him on the ground, that's good. Knocked him out. Oh, good. Didn't even,
Your history.
Never back down.
I'll help.
got him. Oh, and look, another one spawned. Fantastic.
Your history.
I'll keep going, sure, why not? Just keep on a juggling. Are these the completionist instincts taking over? Somewhat, yeah, I guess so. I've just felt like, you know, I've done this for every other dungeon at this point, so if I didn't do it for this one, first of all, the episode would only be like 45 minutes long. But second of all, I'd be like, nah, I didn't really keep my promise. And as we said previously with L, promises are important. So, I'm gonna keep my promise. I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I hope I get up in the air before... Okay, I didn't quite get up in the air before all the wind lances went off, but... Thank you, Luger.
This is my duty.
Nothing. Sanctuary, by the way, I don't know if I ever talked about what it does. It actually gives you Iron Stance for the next several seconds. It can be pretty useful, honestly. I find it pretty useful anyway.
No
Sorry.
apologies.
I felt a desperate desire to just say whenever I do Incineration Wave. Oh, for making the Elemental Cloak? Yeah, I guess Completionist Instincts would have to kick in for that one, because it's like, okay, you've got a lot to do if you want to make that. So, okay, where are we at this point? We got 4 battles left on our thing there. We need 3 Chrono Harpies, 6 Snakes, and 4 Skeletons. Okay. Now, this way is not open, right? Yeah, okay. Don't want to get bamboozled. You want to make sure you run in a circle when the enemies are near a platform like that, because if they're not walking over the platform, you have no way of knowing whether or not it's going to disappear, so just keep that in mind. Word to the wise. But I'm not wise, but, you know. Sometimes, vaguely. Okay, that's a snake and scorpion. Well, there's a harpy down there too, so I might. I think we need harpies still. Let me just double check and make sure. Yeah, we need 3 more harpies, so I'm gonna link up. Okay, if that was a skeleton, that would have been perfect. I'm like, okay, get the skeleton, get the snake, get the harpy, all in one. We'll be in great shape, but no, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Ooh, we got a preemptive strike on this one, though. That might help a little bit.
Use light. Demon finish them.
Come along, now. Got some skeletons anyway, though, so that's kind of cool. Okay. Where we're at right now with our combos, but I'll add strike. Why not?
Luger, do you have my back?
Yes.
All right, what did we get? Anything? Probably harpies, right? Okay, not quite enough harpies for that one. I'm so happy I found a harpy. Now you try it, Gaius. Alright, 1 skeleton, 2 harpies, and 5 snakes. Probably just from fighting the snakes we'll be able to find the other stragglers anyway. So, just keep going back and forth and then we'll get there. I remember Antumbra being an absolute bastard, though, to get through from previous times that I've gone through here. I think it was a bastard the first time I went through here. I actually went through here in a test a while ago. Not a while ago, but a couple of days ago. To try to see if the bosses were affected by skill seal, and that would allow you to juggle them, because you just get rid of the effect that gives them the, whatchamacallit? But the 30% chance to break out of your stuff, but no, you cannot break out of that. It'll just happen anyway, so... I'll wait here. Your history. Is that it? No, not quite. Okay. I guess I'll give this guy a run for his money. Might as well use this one more time before I can't anymore, right?
Fool. No true strength.
Nice sword discipline there, Gaius. Almost take Mila's head off, but not quite. We might actually, like I said, level up from doing this as well, which would be okay, I guess. Probably not the most optimal thing, because leveling up in between the phases, not the phases, but in between the final bosses would probably be a little better. But if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to worry about it. It's all good. We got enough harpies. We need skeletons now. We need 3 more snakes and 1 more skeleton. That shouldn't be too hard. And then we will work on Antumbra. I think that's a snake down there. Yeah, it is a snake down there. But the problem is I don't know if I can get past the scorpion. Those scorpions have deceptively large hitboxes. So. But I see 2 snakes down here. So probably be able to link them up and maybe that'll be enough. And, oh, and a skeleton? Hell yeah, give me that. All y'all get in here. Okay, well, that's only a 2 link, but at the very least, I'll be able to get the other snake very quickly. So. I'll wait. Ow. I guess because he resisted that made that a little harder than technically.
Your history. Focus. Tiger Blade. Pale Ghost. Tiger Strike. Tiger Blade. There. Let us attack together.
Also, I like how Gaius does a little taunt at the end of Phalanx as well. It's funny to me. Who had the other link up with him? I forget. Let's find out. I know Hydra Strike. Okay, it's probably from that.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. At least I didn't get smacked upside the head there. That wouldn't have been good at all. Oh, wait.
This is my way.
Okay, skeletons are done. So now it's just the snakes, and I don't know how many of those we got, but... Oh, you were the one that I didn't link in that fight. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize that. Done. Okay, just one more snake, and then we can deal with Antumbra by itself. So you're the one, sir. You will get us through this place along with these other two scorpions, I guess. Wasn't sure which one would go there, honestly. Oh, what do we get from this? Oh. Okay, that works.
I shall not falter.
Actually, there we go, because we finished all the 1-stars now. We just finished the fruit and cheese, right? Yeah, actually, that was pretty good. We did that pretty optimally, all things considered. It wasn't in the plan for me to do it optimally, but we accidentally did it optimally, so... Because ideally, what you want to do there is you want to finish the 1-stars before you run out of fruit and cheese, but you also don't want to level up, because like I said, if you level up when in the final boss fights, you'll get a level restore in between the fights, so that actually helps a little bit. But now we have to face the music, because here comes Antumbra. So I'm going to quick save real quick, just so that way we have a backup point where all of the 1-starring is done here. And again, if you had been doing any of the quests on the job board where you wanted that to happen, you might want to go turn those in now, because you can probably get back pretty easily. Excuse me, moving forward, probably not as easy as going back. So, alright, let's see how many holy bottles it takes us to get through this place. Because Antumbra is something. I remember it being something anyway. Okay, well, that's a good start, but usually good start's all you get, unfortunately. Get your big tail out of my way. Where do you need to go, by the way? Well, if we look down just a little bit, that's the save point that leads to the very end. That's where the main chapter begins down there, and we are here. So, I mean, ideally, we just go down this path. We go around. Okay, so probably that way and then over. But whether that's ideally what's going to happen or not is dependent on how pissy Kronos is today. So we'll see. Okay, well, I see a problem already. we're not going this way, so I guess we're going back. I don't know. I don't really. I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna knock on wood. I don't find this process of just wandering through the dungeon to be. I'm gonna knock on wood again before I forget. There we go. I don't find the process of wandering through the dungeon like this to be that bad, because you can just holy bottle if you don't want to fight the monsters, you know. Does it take longer so you can get to the fight? Sure, but like, I don't know. It doesn't really bug me, I guess. It's like a little puzzle at the end of the game, right? So like, okay, that one's free, which probably means if I just go straight.
We've made it this far. All that's left is to fulfill our duty.
Yeah.
We shall not fail.
Ah. Okay, so both of those straightforward paths, which would have made this a lot easier, are blocked off. So let's try going this way instead. Okay, this is good. We're getting closer. We're inching ever closer. I would need to go up in order to get there, though, and I'm willing to bet my top dollar if I go this way. Like that. Yeah, this is going to be blocked off. So close, and yet so far. So now we got to find a path that leads somewhat in that direction. And it's not going to be that way, because that is also blocked off. Man. Let's see, that's blocked off. This is not. Okay. So this might be our salvation path here, because this is going straight. If we go straight now, here's the problem though, right? Is if you go straight now, you're just going to hit a dead end, which means we have to... Actually, we can still go straight, because if we go straight and then we go around, we might make it, if this doesn't block off. It does not. We're good. We made it. We did not get lost in the maze. Fantastic. Definitely not the most optimal way of doing that, but again, we got all the 1 stars. We just ran out of food at the right opportunity, right as we were finishing up the 1 stars. So that's pretty good. Now to make the final adjustments. So first of all, we're going to stick Luger in there. By the way, in case you're wondering what my final setup looks like, here's what everybody's equipment looks like at the end. I forget if there are any accessories you can get that would be better in this case. Probably ones that guard against confusion would probably be better, but I like the fairy rings a little bit better. I'll just use syrup bottles if I need to, you know, to help me out with status effects. But I think, want to actually set it so everybody has prioritized use on items, because with HP and TP Surge equipped, it doesn't matter if you use life bottles. Like, anyone can use life bottles at that point, you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter who does what, so you might as well just stick it so that everybody can use prioritized use on that one. Now, what I do want to do, though, is actually want you on only heal. I want you on Spirit Arts only, and we're going to change around Mila's Spirit Arts so that she isn't using, like, Cyclone or Sunburst or any of the ones that knock down, because if you knock them down, that's one more excuse these final bosses have to break out of your combos, because knockdown generally doesn't really help in that department. So I might leave Gaius on up to you and let him get some licks in, and then when he gets whacked upside the head, then I can have Luger kind of run in and take an attack, you know. So maybe we'll do that. And ooh, actually, that's something I want to do here, is I want to let's see. I want you to link in normal battles, but I want you to link with auto allies, so that way, if you have link with auto allies on, now Leia and Mila will link together. So ideally, because they'll both be kind of standing back, Leia because she's only healing and Mila because she's casting Spirit Arts, they'll be not close to each other, but they'll be back away from the battlefield, so they'll link with each other, and that'll help them keep their TP sustained. Whereas with Gaius, I don't really need him linking. I'll link with him when I need it, and then we'll go from there. So okay, but I think that's good there. Now to just change around some of the arts, and we should be good. I could have Spirit Channel on, but I don't really see much of a point, honestly. You're good. Swallow Fury might be a little iffy, but we'll be fine. Just because if he does that too many times, the boss will be like way up in the air, and that'll cause a few issues. Now, as for Mila, she's on Spirit Arts only, but again, first of all, I'm going to turn off Elemental Shot. We don't need that, even though that's a martial art because of the sword next to it. But with these Spirit Arts, I probably only want her to have those ones. So Bolt Strike doesn't knock down. Arrivederci does. She won't be anywhere near them, so Flame Ring, probably not a good idea. Divine Streak does not knock down. Thunderblade, I think, can knock down. Sunburst definitely does. Same with Cyclone and Shining Prism and Luminous Chamber. So, but if we have these 4, and then Bolt Strike and Divine Streak, I think that should be good enough for her to make do with what she's got. And then I think she'll still use Undine, even if she's on Spirit Arts only, to help with healing, so I don't think we'll be in too bad of shape there. As for Luger himself, I want him on this. And again, if it was for the fact that the final bosses could be skill sealed to get rid of their juggling dropout trait that they have, if it was a skill, I would equip water elemental weapons with Luger and Gaius, because they have the ability to inflict skill seal most reliably with Crusher and Status Strike. What's the Gaius skill that gives the status chance? It's like, or no, it's like Keen Edge or something, isn't it? Like down here. No, that's not it. Well, one of them. That's it. There it is. Sharp Edge. Slash attacks have a higher chance to inflict magical ailments. And again, this is good for Luger too, right? Because then Luger can switch over to his swords, and then his swords also have a chance of inflicting magical ailments. So every potential ailment except for the gunshot ailment, which is weakness, I think, or nausea, Luger has an increased chance of inflicting. So, and add that to Caster Twins Reforged, which gives intelligence, and it's like, okay, there you go. That's quite good. Okay, but I think we're all set and ready to go. Like I said, we'll get a level up from one of the final bosses, and then we will have a level restore. We'll still have the fruit yakisoba. We should be
I'll
okay.
never forget the countless people who were hurt by all this.
I'll wait a
That's
sec.
why we need to win this thing and come home alive. Every last one of us.
That's the spirit, Leia. Oh, and also I need to equip Luger in his fancy new clothes since Mila decided to be so gracious as to get them for us. And now the boss fight music will not be changed by this, so it's fine. I'm also thinking I might wait just a second for the holy bottle to run out. It won't affect anything in the
This
boss
world
fights,
doesn't need a king
but
who sits smugly atop
it
his
gives them a
throne.
chance to talk, so...
I will put an end to this, for the sake of all who've been lost, and the sake of all who still live.
We can do this! I think Mila already said her piece, but I think they have 2 lines each, so she might actually say something in a second. Well, let's save now that the holy bottle's out, and then we'll be good. Okay, so final bosses time. Hope everybody is ready, because, well, we made it through here relatively unscathed, so here we go! I don't know about unscathed after all of this, though, because these main chapters have a tendency of causing sadness for some of the characters, at the very least, but we shall see. There's a mysterious magic circle made of gear wheels. It seems you can use this to move into the innermost area. Would you like to go? The main chapter will begin from this, and once you go inside, you cannot come back until the post-game. So make sure that you have everything ready that you want right here. Make sure you've made as many payments as you want to make. If there's any other side quests you want to do before you start the final boss fight, definitely do them before you go in here, because otherwise, basically once you go in here, you're locked to the post-game unless you load a save file. So definitely save before this, because as it turns out, there are multiple endings as well. Well, there's 2, excuse me, that you can get in here. One of the endings we already could have done, which was the bad ending. You would have to activate that one in Chapter 15 by continuously insisting on saving Julius despite there being no way to save Julius, because your party members would go from, yeah, we could probably save him, to, okay, Luger, this isn't funny anymore, we're all gonna die, and then you would have to kill all of them, and that's the bad ending. Luger basically turns into Victor in order to save Julius. So I guess not really Victor, because Victor killed Julius, but, you know... We didn't do that ending, though, so not really worried about that one. But there are 2 potential endings that you can get from some of the choices you can make in the main chapter here. So make a save before this in case you want both of them. I only want one. But, you know, to each their own. Payments, you can't wire Nova money from Kanan. Oh, no, you can. But where we're going, she won't be getting any more payments from me. The Gates of Judgment. Orphan's Cradle, even. Like I said before, this game in Final Fantasy XIII have got something going on in the background. Some illicit love child or something.
Looks like I cut it pretty close.
Gee, you think?
You did well to make it this far.
Only took 2,000 years.
Who is the girl?
One look at her face should tell you. She's a victim of your twisted little game.
And I thought I'd be a
Origin was
good
only trying to
granddad
provide
one last
humanity
time.
with the opportunity to grow, to evolve.
By ordering us to solve a puzzle and then hiding all the pieces?
He gave you the key. The rest was up to you.
Right, and here I am.
Did I explain that before we move forward here with Beasley and Kronos' thing? They kind of, I think, sort of made it clear from the side quest that we did with the Traces of Kinship parts with Julius's data. But in case they didn't, I guess I'll just say it right flat out here. Beasley is Julius and Luger's father, which I guess technically speaking makes his fractured dimension counterpart Elle's grandfather. So he's kind of like, I guess, her grandfather-in-law in this case. What happened basically is that you had Claudia and Cordelia Kresnik, and then the Bakur family is a separate Olympian family that Beasley is a part of. Beasley was, I think, either married or deeply in love with Claudia, had Julius with Claudia, then Claudia, who was the key of Kresnik, died. Beasley was really pissed about it, and that's why he's doing what he's doing in this game. But he can't have been that pissed about it because then Cordelia was Luger's mother, and he slept with her as well. And then she died a year after Luger was born. I don't think they tell us why. It seems to be mysterious circumstances, but there's one constant in both of their lives, so take a guess what probably killed them both.
Ah, but you have not opened the door yet, have you?
Anyway, just in case I haven't explained that,
If your
there we
young
go.
companion were to become a catalyst, humanity would fail the trial.
Let's not do that then.
I've grown tired of this game.
Guess it figures. Main character of the first game was a fist fighter, and here's Beasley, a fist fighter at the end. Ow. Nice shot, but something tells me Kronos was just playing with you. Oh, that's not good. See, like, I'd like to believe he did that because he's, you know, fearful for Elle's safety, and he is, but only because
Impressive
he's going to
for
use
a
her
human.
abilities, not because he cares about her.
Like I care what you think, spirit.
Now, that's not really the best way of looking at this.
The key of Kresnik.
Cavalry
Is
has
this your
arrived,
trump
gentlemen.
card?
Perhaps.
Oh, that's not good. She's progressing even further. Elle! Oh, shit. Not this again.
I suppose you thought you could win if you both attacked at once. A futile plan, as you can see.
It was a plan that I didn't come up with, to be fair, so at least I can't take responsibility for it being futile, but... Seriously, Kronos, Isn't this supposed to be a trial? Aren't we supposed to have a chance of winning it? Why force us to lose? What's the point?
Because the trial's outcome has never been in doubt. The only
I mean-
thing that is left for me now is to finish you off and rescue my friend from beyond that door.
Oh,
I suppose
okay.
this friend is none other than the great spirit Origin.
Origin granted humanity the chance to evolve and grow despite the toll your soul purification process had on his body.
Yeah, he did that
And yet
willingly.
You think nothing of your own toxic impurities, nor do you attempt to raise yourselves from the filth.
Have you not been paying attention? Are you selectively
Cannot
forgetting
bear to
how
watch my
this
friend's
works?
torment any longer. I'll put
Yes.
a stop to all this and save him.
Because the only thing you're thinking
And
about
is
is
that what
Origin.
Origin wants too?
That is none of your concern.
I think it
If
is,
Origin
actually.
stops purifying souls, the miasma will flood the world.
And she's
Exactly
Maxwell,
as I
so
intended. The
how do you
miasma
expect
will
that to
consume all
reconcile?
human souls, reducing them to nothing more than inanimate objects for producing mana.
well, that's just not gonna fly.
Afterwards, I will simply seal away the miasma.
Wait,
And spirits will finally have the world to themselves.
you can just do that. You can just seal the miasma away, and you haven't been doing it all along?
Interesting.
What kind of a jackass do you think you are? You have that power, why not share it with people?
To boost your strength,
Believe me, it wasn't my first choice. Okay, it's time for the final battle against Kronos himself. See if he raw overlimits
me
right
and
away.
I shall end.
Nope.
As the Lord of Spirits, I shall stop you.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Now this is a fight for a king.
I try to do that a little bit. 'Cause whatchamacallit is there. Oop, I missed. That's okay. Get a little extra damage off. Oh god. So that's his arcane art.
your judgment.
And if he does that while in overlimit, good luck. I'll just wait here for a second. Wasn't sure if that was going to be on me. Okay, I'll wait too.
Time to end this drama with your
Yes, because he was still in overlimit. Goodbye, Gaius. And Mila. Jesus Christ, man. Where do you think you're going that quick? I'll keep him busy! Gaius? Thank you. Okay, good. Everybody's back up. Nope! This trick again? Really? You need to get a better trick, man. How about you be still? Get out of here. Alright, what am I on? Okay. Okay. Gaius, yeah, can you handle that while I take care of him, please? Thank you. Because I got this covered. You've got that covered. Good.
Even with the power of time and space, there was something he could not control.
Yeah. Our unpredictability. By the way, in case because we're not going to get to see this, if you have different party members here, you get different lines from this section here and different lines from the characters talking to Kronos. So different people will talk depending on who is present. It takes into account which party members are present. If I ever say the meme line, "Friendship triumphs again," I'm referencing this after battle scene when Elise is in your party, because when Elise is in your party, Luger sighs, and then Elise says, "You did it, Luger," and then Tipo says, "Friendship triumphs again." So if you ever hear me say that in the future, this is what I'm referencing. It just depends on who's with you. So there you go. Just in case. I also love how we didn't even have to use a syrup bottle there. We had that on lock so much.
I must become stronger.
Well.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
Kronos
talking
is
about.
a character.
I've grown stronger still.
Turns out his entire motivation was due to his love for his friend. It's always love in the Xillia universe. I said it before, I'll say it again. It's all about love. Now, if only your love didn't turn into anguish.
I won't accept this.
I don't think you have a choice anymore, dude.
You will not inflict agony upon Origin any longer.
Why am I not stopping this? Like, my chromatis is built up again. I could just stop
You are
this.
poor sport, Kronos.
Oh, that's why I'm not stopping this. Well, he broke out of it. And he broke into you! Jesus Christ. Obvious Jesus reference. Got it. Literally Jesus Christ. Didn't know how right I was.
Don't bother. Your mastery of time and space is useless against the power of Origin's void.
That means the girl is...
Correct.
Ow.
The true key of Kresnik.
How did you not know, Kronos? Like, can't you sense Origin's power?
This cannot...
Wouldn't you know?
Trial's over. Humanity wins.
Ow. Don't twist the knife, by the way. If you ever have something stuck in you, don't twist it. That's a bad idea. Well, the miasma seems to be going away.
Luger. What are you doing here?
What do you mean? Listen, kid, we made a promise. I told you. We'd get to the land of Canaan together. And promises are important.
Luger.
It's okay. I gotcha. You rest now. You did enough.
How could you use L like that?
I did what was needed to defeat Kronos. At the very least, this tragedy will not be in vain.
It didn't have to be a tragedy at all.
I shall rob the spirits of their will, creating a world solely for humans.
Seriously, you're just gonna bounce to the other end of the
How are
spectrum
you
from
going to rid
Kronos?
Origin of that.
Origin has no say in the matter.
Because you have his friend
The
hostage, or...
trial itself is a spirit art, spawned from the pact between the progenitor Kresnik and the great spirit Origin. As long as the pact's conditions are met, Origin will be compelled to use his power.
He made no loopholes in this?
Give it
Like-
up. She's beyond saving now.
I feel like he would just
course,
decide,
we
nah,
always
that's
wish
not a
away
good
the
reason.
day.
No. We have to get rid of fractured dimensions.
Hey, Tandem, how you doing?
Yes.
Welcome back. You are just in time. We just finished the first phase of the final boss fight.
I suppose
We have to
one
have
way
some
to
dialogue before the second
would be
phase
for
pops
me
up.
or Luger to turn into a catalyst before she does. That would be the millionth catalyst, the magic number, and all transformations in progress would be cancelled.
I feel like there's a butt coming along.
Of course, that also means humanity fails the trial, and the world comes to a bitter end.
Shit.
Please, wish away the fractured dimensions so that Luger won't disappear.
Alright, kids, slow down. Slow down. Again, you've done enough. You've done enough to get here, okay? You let me worry about this. Because there's one thing I know for sure at this point. You can't just order people around, Dad. You're not the boss of everyone.
You can't be serious.
I'm dead serious. Party members? Gaius? Leia? Mila? You can jump in whenever you want. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Let me ask you again.
Doing well. I'm doing
Really
pretty good.
believe You can stop me?
Luger's had better days, but I'm doing pretty good.
Luger!
I don't have much of a choice,
Don't worry
Dad.
about it, Luger. I will work this out with Origin.
Boy, I hope somebody
Can you
does.
even do that, Maxwell?
It's not a matter of whether you can or can't. It's whether you do or don't.
That still precludes us getting through him, though.
All nothing more than the spirit's lapdogs. I've crawled over a mountain of corpses to get this far!
Maybe have a little more gratitude than calling them a mountain of corpses, then.
I will show no mercy if you interfere.
Oh, Jesus, I can't even look at that. So Elise and Tipo actually have the best pose there, too, because Elise covers her eyes, and Tipo looks like he's absolutely about to barf at what he just saw. I also like how Gaius doesn't flinch at all from anything that just happened. Like, if you were looking at him, he just kind of stands there while the shockwave pushes everyone else back. Nice detail. Ow. The Magatama, it's within me! Beasley is really good at one-on-one fights. Yes, he is. Now we have to fight him. And Jesus Christ, he took some
Beasley's
fashion notes from
chromatis.
Ifrit.
No holding back now.
Yeah, I don't think we have much of a choice anymore.
Luger.
Okay. Boss number 2. Beasley. Again, 30% chance to break out of any aerial combos that you do to him, so maybe don't do those to him. 12,000 physical attack. If you're guarding, by the way, he is kind of like the final boss of Xillia 1, where Gaius will use Eradication Sweep on you if you're guarding. That's like just what he's programmed to do. Beasley has a similar situation, except instead of using Eradication Sweep, he'll use Raging Beast, and if you don't have Impregnable Guard, it will instantly break your guard and give you the Crush status effect, so you can't guard again after that. So I hope you learned how to sidestep! Bro, that looks cool. He's such a pretty butterfly. The demon wings are so complimentary, you see. Hello, Samu, how you doing? Welcome back. You're just in time to watch me get absolutely myrtleized by Beasley. I'm getting the hell out of here to give myself some room. I'm already burning. I should have used a syrup bottle already. That's what I should have done. Okay, I'm gonna do that now, just so that way the burn goes away in a sec. Oh, he's already over-limiting. Run! Goodbye, Gaius. Oh, goodbye, Leia. Never mind. That was 65,000 damage! How am I supposed to compete with this? Mila. Leia, I really need to get his attention. Do I have my thing charged up? I do. Okay. I need to get his attention while Leia does the resurrection stuff.
Okay.
Start over? No. Okay. Oh, good. We petrified him. That's nice. See what I mean? Watch out, Gaius. Am I at 3? Yeah. Oh, he dodged me. What the hell, man? Hang on. Let me back away from him. Okay, they already got me with the restoration. Good job, everybody. Oh, good, he's not on me. I like to do that, though, where I kind of like, I let my party members do a little bit of protection protocol for me, so that way I can charge myself all the way up. Because he will not give you an opportunity to do that normally, so... Nice, caught him in the air. Perfect. Gaius? Okay. I didn't hit him. Yeah, I was gonna say, which means he's gonna... Okay. Where the hell is that going? Get me the hell away from that.
Final round.
Yeah, doubling up. Thank you for the chakra circle, but goodbye. Alright, I'll wait over here. But yeah, see how Mila has impregnable guard, so if she keeps her guard up, she won't get broken by Raging Beast. Helps a little bit. Goodbye again, Gaius. This time it actually did hit him. Okay, items are still off. Oh god, I gotta get out of here. Nope. I'll keep him busy. It's okay if we just do a link pillar, that's fine. Wait, you weren't even an over limit! Ow! How do you manage that one? Because it was the end of the first phase of the last boss fight, that's how. He knocked the whole fight out with that
Furious' soul to build the bridge.
Well, it's not like you gave me much choice.
You really killed Glasses Guy?
Not my finest moment.
With one poor decision, you instantly made everyone's death meaningless. Your brother's death. Your own death.
Daddy's pocket watch. Luger!
I know I'm pausing in the middle of the most tense moment. I'm going to read chat, and I'm also going to explain what just happened. So, yeah, perfect timing, Samu. Yeah, couldn't go much better than that. That was disintegration. How is Leia alive? The recall skill gives her a 40% chance to come back from the dead. Oh, he just uses it to phase transition. Okay, yeah, pretty much there. So, how did the pocket watch just manifest? That's actually Victor's pocket watch. It manifested in the prime dimension because, remember, two of the same thing cannot exist in the prime dimension. If one comes from a fractured dimension and one comes from the prime dimension, they can't exist in the same plane. One will disappear. That doesn't mean they're gone, though. Victor's pocket watch was still around. El's had it since the beginning of the game. It's just now spawning in because Luger's pocket watch in the prime dimension got destroyed. So since it's the same object from a different dimension, that's how it can spawn in. Just wanted to make that clear before we continue here.
Even her death.
No, not gonna happen. Get off me, you giant ape! Okay, Luger, hit the legs, hit the legs!
Curse you two!
Come on, is that all you've got? You're getting soft, old man.
So you made a pact with the watch itself.
No, just made a promise to someone who's important to me. And I will be damned if I let you get in the way of that.
This should be interesting. How dare you! Don't this final round.
Final round this. I believe this knocks him out of overlimit as well, so that's nice. Oh dear God. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll wait then. I went too quickly. I got too impatient. Oh, you know what I should do while I'm thinking about it though, before we need to use any of these items on anything else? There we go. I'll wait. Literally how? I had power charge 3. Get out of here. Oh, wait a second. He really is history now. Take my opportune moment. You can pick up your things on your way out the door, Mr. Bakor, because you'll never work at this establishment again. We get the Elysium Allium extractor for beating him. I don't know why you'd need that at this point, but there you go. Oh good, I almost got Field Marshal. Hungry Hunter is literally the MVP for the run. It's just such a good starter move. It's just really hard to find a better starter move, in my opinion, for Luger. It's just so good for guard breaking and knockdown, and then you get Crushing Blow, which is a crit. It's just a great way to start combos, in my opinion. Everyone gets a badass Sentai transformation. You know, look at how cool I look. Although, if you look down near the knees there, that comment that Luger was going to make before about him being naked under there kind of looks a little more true now. Don't even have to get security for this one. You alright there, sleepyhead?
Luger. Hey.
Hey. How you feeling? I know, rhetorical question. You kind of got a bunch of divergence catalyst stuff going on for you there, but listen, we'll take care of it, okay? We'll talk to Origin about this. We'll see how it all goes. He might be able to fix that for you. Even though we want the fractured dimensions to disappear, it might be something he can do. You never know. He might be a compromising spirit. Then when we get out of here, I know it's not your favorite. We got fruit yakisoba. It was just the best thing that we could prepare right now. So we've got plenty of that left over. You can have a little bit of on the way out.
Behind you.
Dad, I am trying to comfort my little sister. I will get to you in a minute.
I wouldn't use the Chromatus again if I were you. When you make a direct pact like that, you then run the risk of degenerating and becoming a divergence catalyst yourself. Considering the sheer power at your disposal, you would transform in the blink of an eye.
Now you would know, wouldn't you?
Well, I never expected that you would surpass me.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. Maybe I should have killed him harder, because now... Oh, no.
But that is exactly what makes humans so interesting!
Ow! Did he just heart punch himself? Dad, what the hell?
Do what's expected.
Did we just fail the trial? Almost. He's a dead man walking. The thing's not moving anymore.
Let me tell you my own personal wish.
as you can
Take
see.
this fist and punch you all to oblivion!
Did you really think that was going to do anything? If you wanted to punch that open, shouldn't you have done it while you were in level 4 Chromatus? Like, what did you expect to accomplish? 2,000 years of waiting, and this is all you could muster? I mean, granted, you didn't wait 2,000 years, but Jesus Christ.
Beasley Bakor, may your soul rest in peace.
He doesn't deserve
A
it.
man who gave his life to fulfill his duty.
What do you even mean? You know, actually, now I think about it, he did just stop himself from having all of us fail the trial because of his selfishness, so I guess we can count that as his duty.
I'm so glad that you all came to find me. You too.
Of course.
Nice little nod that you get there, only for doing all of Mila's episodes, but nice little nod. Alright, come on, sleepyhead. Let's go tell Origin our wish. Ready? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to pick from the thumbnails today. There's a lot of good picks that could happen here. Probably not that one though, because we just found Blighttown's FPS rate. It's not a wonder it was locked up. Is someone supposed to be in there? Hello?
There is nothing to fear. If it comes to it, I'll handle things.
Let's hope it doesn't come to it then.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think Jude wants that. Ah, there he is.
The great spirit Origin.
You've
The one
slimmed down
and
since
only.
Symphonia, haven't you?
I'm very pleased to meet you, King Gaius.
You know about me.
Of course I do. You see, the souls tell me everything. They're sort of like my little birds.
You seem quite curious about humans.
Perhaps, but not as much as you, Maxwell.
I suppose this is our first meeting, but we have little time for pleasantries. We have a request.
To rid the fractured dimensions and continue soul purification.
Precisely. I would be willing to help you if you think you're at your limit.
Even if that meant endless torment?
Even so.
Meanwhile, Jude in his
You
head.
really
No!
do
No!
love humans, don't you?
Not before I get you on the phone.
Enough! You would force Origin to continue the purification?
I don't know anything about this
Refuse
Force
to
stuff
stand
he
idly
offered.
by as you continue to torment him with your corruption.
Talk to the hand, Kronos.
Thank you, Kronos. Your concern for me has consumed you for far too long.
Now
You
we can
mustn't
file it
burden
in the
yourself
advice
over
column
me.
and then
You
empty
must
the
make
recycle
humans
bin.
accountable and have them pay for their crimes. What's so funny?
Well, you just showed the most human thing about you.
Wah,
It reminds me why I
wah,
love humans.
wah.
What?
He's like, wait,
I
wait, my
hereby
whole
grant these
existence is a lie.
representatives of humanity the right to make one wish. Luger
Only
and
one,
El,
though.
For overcoming the trial and opening the door, the wish is yours.
Me and Luger?
Yes, wish for anything, but you must decide together. I could even undo your transformation into a catalyst.
Okay, that's good.
No, you can't do that. We have to wish away the fractured dimensions.
There's also that, though.
I suppose one way to save her would be for me or Luger to turn into a catalyst before she does. That would be the millionth catalyst, the magic number, and all transformations in progress would be cancelled.
So then, what shall it be?
So choose your ending, because this is where the endings split off. It's not a simple L1 and R1, though. There is an actual tree of decisions that you have to make in order to get one ending or the other. So pick the one that you like the best. Kronos is really not paying attention to what's going on. No, absolutely not. He only had one thing in mind, and once Origin was like, no, we're good now. It's fine. He's like, what do I even do with myself now? Okay. Let me take a drink. Because for as much build-up as I'm making it seem like there is for this whole choose your ending thing, there's no decision for me.
Luger?
You would choose this girl over the entire world?
She's pretty
And
important.
what about the fractured dimensions?
Yeah, I know about that part. But, I mean, we've destroyed, what, a couple dozen of them at this point? I mean, I'm okay with a little more blood on my hands, I guess.
Wait. Do you honestly think you and a few agent stragglers can destroy every last fractured dimension? Answer me, Luger.
No. No, we can't. And I'll tell you why. Even if, after all of this, I was able to rally Spurious Corporation in order to eliminate the rest of the fractured dimensions, Elle would be saved by this action. But she's the key of Kresnik. She is the only way to permanently rid the fractured dimension from existence. Which means that if we saved her, she would become a victim again of the same vicious cycle that we've been going through for 2,000 years. So as much as I'd love to be optimistic and ideal about this and say, no, we'll find a way to do it, there is no way for us to do it without us using Elle like a tool again. So, the only decision left then is to do exactly what my dad just said.
What?
Wait, you can't be serious.
Stay here, Al. Let me be your big brother one last time.
You mean to save Elle? By turning into a catalyst first?
That's the plan!
Oh, stop! You can't do this!
I mean, I kinda already did it. I don't think I
Very
can stop
well,
now.
then. Will that be your final decision, Luger Kresnik?
Wait,
I
Luger,
mean-
you can't do this.
Jude, let him be.
I probably should have thought about this a little more because I'm kind of in immense pain right now.
Vanishing away?
Well, I mean, vanishing away kinda sucks, but I'm more afraid of what'll happen if I don't.
I understand. Then I will accept your wish.
Good, because I'm definitely dying now. Here. Take this with you.
Are you okay with this?
You're doing what most wouldn't dare. For that, I commend you.
Well, it's like you said, right? It's not can or can't. It's do or don't.
Please understand, Elle. You're the one that Luger chose.
Not one of the possible elves. Not even himself. He chose you, here and now.
You deserve it, kid.
Thank you.
You know, that would have been a really great thumbnail if it wasn't for the fact that I was glowing with dark energy and also it being a massive
This isn't the news I
spoiler.
wanted. It's so sad.
His choice saved the world and the girl's life. Let's see that decision through to the end, Leia. It's the least that we can do.
Yeah.
This is humanity's true nature, isn't it?
Yes, they truly are capable of anything their hearts desire.
Even profoundly foolish things.
Ah, that's
You
subjective.
may be right. But the impurity that exists within their souls is precisely what gives them strength.
Come again?
What do you think the impurity is?
I don't know. Greed, maybe? Desire?
Our ego?
Yes and no. Is desire different from dreams? Isn't ego the same as free will when viewed in a positive light?
Most psychologists
In
would
other
say
words,
yes,
neither
they are
is good or
very
evil.
different things,
Yes,
but
precisely.
fair enough.
And that is the reason why I haven't been eliminating it. I remove the miasma created during reincarnation and seal it.
But if you do that, the production of miasma will never end.
That's why I wanted to test humanity's decision. To see if humans could strive for perfection while bearing the impurity.
Sure, but aren't you going to run out of space at some point?
Precisely. That is what I truly wanted to know. But you must continue to show me.
Well, you don't got to worry
course.
about that.
We too will prove who we are. Just as Luger, Elle, and Julius did.
That is a test harsher than anything I could throw at you. If you can overcome it, I have no choice but to concede.
Well, good, because I was kind of getting sick of having to get rid of
For the
you every
being,
time
we
you
shall
showed
seal
up.
away the miasma together.
Kronos.
But if humanity should once again...
Don't worry. No matter how many millennia it takes, we will succeed.
Some very special humans have turned me into a believer.
Then I expect to be impressed.
Listen
I
for the little birds,
appreciate it,
they'll tell you.
Kronos.
No need for thanks. I'll give you a piece of my mind later. We have plenty of time for that.
But if you give him a piece
It's
of your
time
mind,
I
he can just
grant
tell you to
Luger's
talk to the hand
wish.
again.
The elimination of all fractured dimensions.
So, the choose your ending part, this is considered the true ending. You can go through this where Elle sacrifices herself to get the fractured dimensions eliminated. But after all the trouble we went through to come and rescue her, that doesn't feel right to me. And besides, you all know what kind of a sap I am for heroic self-sacrifice, so... This is the only
Luger.
decision for me.
It's been an honor knowing you.
I will never forget what you have done here today.
You wrap things up almost too perfectly.
You're just jealous, because you know you couldn't have pulled it off.
Luger, you need not worry about Elle.
We'll take good care of her. We promise!
You have helped me to fulfill my duty once again. Luger Kresnik, you have my thanks.
Walk tall, my friends. And you.
And I promise too. I won't lie anymore. And I'll even eat my tomatoes. I'll never forget how you saved me. And just how good your cooking was. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
It's a promise.
This should restore the cycle of reincarnation to normal.
Yes. Now the human and spirit realms will live on.
And we will make sure of that.
Guess you better get working on that spirit phone, Jude, because,
Farewell, humans and spirits. Let us hope for a brighter day the next time we meet.
let's hope it doesn't take 2,000 more years.
Jude!
Well, I hope that the two of them hooked up with the other two of them, because if they didn't, you guys missed a huge opportunity. Especially you, Jude, considering how horny you and Mila were getting in your character episode. Like, Jesus Christ, man. We don't gotta talk about that right now. There are kids in the room. Ow! In case you didn't hear it, Luger was humming the Hymn of Proof this whole time, since the first person nod. But if you didn't get the chance to hear the Hymn of Proof, don't worry. This game has a lot of leitmotif in it. And the Hymn of Proof is the most leitmotif of leitmotif.
Thank you for everything.
Go live your life now, Elle. Nobody else can live it but you, after all. And that's the game, everybody. So, this game finishes so strong, man. Like, oh my god. Okay. So in the beginning, it's like, okay, is this gonna be kind of tongue-in-cheek because it's kind of, you know, all the evils of capitalism and the gig economy, and to be fair, those evils are real, but like, it's, you know, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be something that's that serious, and it seems like it's gonna be kind of ridiculous, balls to the wall. There's crazy shit happening, there's alternate dimensions, there's time travel, there's space travel, you're destroying dimensions, killing millions of people, transforming into a Super Sentai. Is it gonna be serious, or are they just, you know, throwing things at the wall? But by the time you reach chapter 10, you realize, no, there really is something here. They're taking the characters that were already previously established in the first game, and they're saying, okay, well, you know, we're gonna run with what they've already got. But they specifically build on characters they've already built on, so that they can tell Luger and Elle's story, and Julius's story, and Kronos' story, and to a lesser extent, Kronos, Rideau, those stories. But mostly Luger, Elle, and Julius's story. And their story, to me, is so heartfelt. It's just, it hits at my heartstrings every single time, because again, I'm the oldest of 3 brothers, never had a sister. So, when games give me that opportunity to do the things that I know how to do in real life when it comes to that brotherly connection that you have with people, it just, it's just a dopamine rush, man. It's great. So I just, like, I look at the way that this game was reacted to when it first came out, and I'm kind of like, I don't see it. Like, I mean, I guess the gameplay is derivative of Xillia 1, but I really like the way that they changed the gameplay around 2. Like, in Xillia 1, it was kind of back and forth, right? Like, there's like, okay, do a few hits, then wait, then do a few hits, then wait. In this game, they put a greater emphasis on your ability to counterattack. They make you more OP. They make the enemies more OP as well, and that's why the first half of the game is something of a struggle, because you don't have access to the ability to really reliably start combos. But once you can reliably start a power combo and hit them for their weaknesses, you basically become a god. Like, you're playing Devil May Cry. And again, if you go into New Game Plus with the double weakness bonus, it's even more Devil May Cry. And that is something that no other Tales game and very few other RPGs have ever hit at for me. So this game, kind of in the mechanics department, is highly unique, in my opinion. And it forces it closer to my heart, right? Like the story, look at this picture. That picture describes my feelings on the story. It's heartfelt, and it's close to my heart. And the mechanics are something that are easy to learn, hard to master. It changes dynamically over the course of the game. The music is pretty good as well. Motoi Sakuraba worked on the soundtrack on this one as well. And I looked at, there's like actually some dev commentary in the the ending that you get for paying off all the debt. And one of the things that Motoi Sakuraba talks about is the fact that he had a lot of fun and a lot more of a heartfelt feeling for the Hymn of Proof specifically because he could use it as leitmotif over the course of the whole game. And it shows up everywhere in the whole game, not just from humming, but in several different themes. So that connectivity between the music has always been something that also really hits me. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, from a subjective angle, this game does a lot of things that I personally enjoy. And I mean, I guess I can see it if some people don't enjoy this one as much as the first one, because there are different systems that you have to take into account here. And you could just as much argue that the counterattack and wait thing is even more prevalent here, right? Because you have to wait to power charge in order to counterattack. But I don't know, it almost feels to me like a better version of the system they had in Xillia 1. I think that's a subjective read on it. But I look at the Metascore of this game when I'm looking. I had to look at the FAQs a lot to make sure that I did everything I wanted to do in this game, right? And the Metascore for this game is like a 71. And I don't remember if that's user reviews or not, but that seems like a shame to me. Like, this game is not a 71, okay? Like, it's very solid. I think it does an incredible job of creating this dark atmosphere with a heartfelt story. The sadness the characters feel is palpable. It affects you personally in your life. They actually took the picture. I don't know how they managed that one because L's in it and so is Luger, but hey, cool, thanks for that. Maybe this is a what-if scenario, but yeah, no, they make it so heartfelt. And it's just hard to discount the charm that this game has from being that sincere and that heartfelt. So for me, do I want to put this in S tier? I don't feel like I do. I feel like the first half of the game is enough of a problem to where I could kind of move it down to A tier. It isn't substantially good throughout in all of its systems. There are times where the game just drags a little bit. Especially near the beginning, again, when you can't reliably start weakness combos. But this game is so good, man. Like, it's so damn good. But it's not over, because here's our bonus scene.
Everyone's moving up in the world.
I would hope after all the things they did over the past 180 hours, they would. Ah.
Chief Editor Rolando. Oh. Hey, Alvin. I can talk. No, I'm not taller than you yet, but I'm starting to catch up.
Rollo had a child!
Job, right? Yeah.
Wait, a job?
Got it.
Oh, god
Elise will
damn
be
it.
joining us this time.
I saved her from being destroyed by Divergence Cataclysm, but the one thing I couldn't save her from is the gig economy. Ah, hell.
Come on, Polo. We've got a job. All right. Let's go create a new world.
Ah, good. Finally, somebody's actually humming at a volume we can hear. Time for a well-deserved nap there, Rollo. We've done enough. The end. I know I've already clapped. I'm going to do it again. I can't say enough good things about this one, honestly. Like, again, I don't think it's quite S for me, but it's pretty close. It's up there. That is for sure. Event list updated. Beyond judgment. I don't remember how much grade we would have gotten. I didn't even check on all the stuff there. Oh, Chromatus Control. Oh, yeah, I think Chromatus Control is the one that you get for using Chromatus less than... Is that a... How many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3. That's 1,000,000 gold. Okay, cool. We got a color variation. That's cool. But yeah, I think Chromatus Control, you only get that one if you use Chromatus less than 50 times over the course of... I don't think it's the whole game. I think it's after you learn about L being a divergence catalyst, you have to not use it more than 50 times after that. So if you used it, like, often before this, like as a combo ender, ooh, you're going to have to get rid of some muscle memory after learning about L's divergence catalysm. I did. I used it only for the story. I used it like 5 times across the whole game. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I genuinely morphed into Chromatus, like... 3 times of my own volition, and 2 of those were to stop Kronos from being a sore loser. So how much weight would this lose if you don't get all those bonus scenes? A little bit, and it would immediately skip to the parts after those bonus sections. So, like, it would lose a little weight. People wouldn't have as much to say. It'd kind of be like, okay, bye. But no, you kind of gotta. If you're gonna go all out and get the true ending, I feel like you kind of gotta get all those bonus scenes, so... A+ for you, not quite S, but it was a damn good ride, and that is sweet AF. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed, like, the way that this game ends, it's just, like, it's a dark game, right? There are cruel twists of fate that happen in it, but for it to end on such a high note, I feel like this is deja vu, because this happened in Digital Devil Saga 2 as well, and, like, we all know how I feel about that one. That is currently... It is one of 4 games that is in my S tier of games right now. So, and it's up there with Tetris Effect, Devil May Cry 5, and Custom Robo. And that is an elite club, okay? Like, it's really hard to hit an elite club like that. But, yeah, no, this is a high A tier for me. Again, if the first half of the game was a little bit better, like if it didn't feel as difficult to reliably start combos... And if they didn't do that stupid bullshit where Beasley and Kronos... Like, that's the one thing I can consistently dock the Xillia duology for. Their final boss design always kind of sucks. Because they always do something to make them less fun. Now, I don't know necessarily if that came through in the fights that I showed there, but that was because I wasn't trying to juggle them in the air. You try to juggle them in the air and you're in for pain sometimes. Just ask Samu, okay? Samu could probably tell you how many takes that have been lost between them and Zeke... from them breaking out of being juggled in the air. Like, that, just like, okay. Why would you put in something that deliberately makes this less fun? What are you thinking? But, yeah, no, it's really good. I enjoy it quite a bit. Anyway, we got a color variation. Probably check that out in a second. We get access to Endless Waltz now. It's an arcane art. It's kind of similar to the one that I used in the final boss fight at the very beginning when Luger was in level 4 Chromatus and you just mash the square button. So, except you can use it outside of Chromatus. So, there you go. I heard my name. I have been summoned. I was just saying, Samu, I was going to ask, how many takes have you and Zeke lost on the final boss fight in this game because they fell out of an air combo because of their trait that they have where they fall out of air combos? Because I think I remember reading about that being a thing, and I've seen it happen before in my own times where I've played this, and I'll be trying to air juggle the bosses, final bosses, and they'll just drop to the ground and instantly counterattack. And it's like, why is this here? Like, there you go. Yeah, as Muse, a lot, yeah. Because the thing about Muse, right, if you watch Samu play Muse, again, Samu is a much better Muse player. If you want to watch Muse being played at a high level, go watch Samu do it. But Muse's thing is throw them up into the air, stun blitz them while they're in the air, and then use a spell. And then repeat. And that's like an endless combo. Well, not endless. It runs out as you run out of elements, but still a pretty solid way to do it. And it's highly technical because it requires you to do like a short hop stun blitz, and it's just way more. My hands can't do that anymore, okay? Like, I don't have the muscle memory for it. But yeah, no, it just, I don't know. Learned from that and went almost fully grounded with Alvin. Yeah, and that's exactly why I played these final fights with just Luger. I said, if I try to play this as Leia or Mila or Gaius, and all of them have aerial combat requirements, Swallow Fury, Shimmer Spin, Cloud Pierce, and then literally everything Leia does, if I try to play these final boss fights with any of them, I'm going to be in for pain. But I made sure early on to make it so that Luger's combo was entirely grounded, just in case I needed just a grounded combo. And it worked out so nicely. Those boss fights were clean this time. Trust me when I tell you, those fights against Kronos and Beasley can go way worse than what we saw. Just so much worse. But they were clean. They went really well. Bonds of Shadow, a mysterious relic imbued with untold spiritual powers that grants the bearer access to a certain trial. I believe you need that to get into Illusionary Darkness, which is the bonus dungeon. Not 100% sure on that, because honestly, this game ends so strongly that I don't even want to play it afterwards. It's too good of an ending to make me want to keep going. Congratulations on clearing the game. Your clear data will be saved. When you load your clear data, you can continue playing from your status just before you cleared the game. So if you want to pay off the debt, now you can. New Game Plus has also been added to the main menu. By selecting this game mode, you can start a new game that carries over all the data from your clear data, but only for each time you've cleared the game. We also got Overdrive and Chromatus Drive from being at level 4 Chromatus. We can set those from the skill screen. And once again, if you go into New Game Plus, you can actually use all of the titles that you earned over the course of this fresh game playthrough, and you can buy grade bonuses. So like if you didn't pay off the debt the first time, you can buy a grade bonus that increases your gold amount that you get. If you don't like how much grinding you need to do to level up, you can increase your experience gain from each fight. You can have Luger talk whenever he makes a choice, like whenever you have those binary L1 and R1 decisions, his voice actor will actually say the line. You can boost up the weakness combos so that you can basically play Devil May Cry in a Tales game. There's a lot of different bonuses that you can add to make New Game Plus a different and varied experience. And again, I think they did a really good job of it. Like in Xillia 1, there was very little for me to say, yeah, I'll go back and play New Game Plus. Here, there's actually an excuse. And like for me, and I don't like playing New Game Plus very often, but for me, that excuse being there and it being legitimate is surprising. Like for me to say, no, you couldn't actually play New Game Plus in this one, and I would do it. I think we're all sick of the Xillia duology at this point. Well, maybe not sick of it, but I'm Xillia'd out at this point. I need to take a break from this series. I don't think we're going to come back and play New Game Plus anytime soon. I would need to be running out of projects to do, and I have... how many left now? Let me go look. What does my notes say about upcoming projects? There it is. We have, drum roll please, before I can finally rest on my laurels, 93 more stream projects. And that's not even 93 more games either. There's some situations there where I'll be playing multiple games, and that's considered one project. So, I think we're only at the halfway point. Oh my god, I'm gonna be here forever. But it's okay, because it lets me play fantastic games like this one. And yeah, I'm okay with that. So I'm going to put the controller down because that's going to do it for Tales of Xillia 2, the Stream Edition. New Game Plus, no, but actually this is a pretty good capstone. We can stop. Yeah, no, I think, like I said, with how clean those final boss fights went, I don't think we could have ended it on a much better note than all of this, so we'll listen to this one last time. I'm going to talk over it because we've heard this at this point 24 times, so... I still love the stupid thumbnail I made for the 4th or 5th episode there, though. The one thumbnail that I made for the stream notification on YouTube was a screenshot of Tipo screaming at Leia there, and the logo of Tales of Xillia 2 was just coming out of his mouth. It was like halfway out of his mouth. I went a little insane with some of the screen cap stream notification thumbnails for this one. Gaius was balancing the logo on his sword. Muse had the logo inside of her gravity ball, so it was discolored because it was inside of her gravity ball. Like, I wish more games gave me the opportunity to make silly thumbnails like this one did, because the screen caps you can catch from these openings that UFO Table drew are just top notch, man, and they make so much extra character to the stream notifications because you can just do that. A lot of other games, it's like I got to use the same one for each stream notification because that's, you know, all I've got. But this one, there's just so many moments you can pull from. It's great. But as with all good things, they must come to an end. And I think we ended pretty strongly, Tales of Xillia 2. We actually ended in a shorter amount of time than we did in Tales of Xillia 1. And I didn't particularly struggle with the final boss this time, so all in all, I think we did better. I used a wide variety of characters over the course of the game. I didn't necessarily get good with all of them, but I'd like to believe that it was nice and varied, and I offered everyone a pretty fresh experience for the game, while still making it somewhat proficient. I'm not going to be the best at this, but I hope at the very least there was some level of adequacy with the combat that I allowed here. If not, well, I did my best, and that's all I can do. So good, she's back on the title screen. That's all I wanted to know. I wanted to wait and make sure she'd show back up at the very end now that we have her back. So yeah, that's gonna do it for Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. Yes, the cutscene gravity bomb. Sure wish she got that as a real art. Yeah, that would be very overpowered, but yes, very nice, honestly. I'd be down for that. I mean, I got Endless Waltz on Luger. I might as well get something OP on everybody else, right? But yeah, it's going to do it for Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. I hope you've all enjoyed the duology. It's been a long ride, but this is probably the longest set of PS3 projects that I've got planned. The rest of the games that I have planned for the PS3 projects are not going to be this long. I can think of a couple of games on the PS3 that I originally played on the PS3 that would be as long as this project, but they've had PS4 re-releases over the past several years, so I can kind of put those off until later. And that's good, because both of those games that I want to put off, well, one of them is an A-tier game, an A-tier RPG. Probably going to get a similar rank to this one, honestly, maybe slightly lower than this one. The other one is a high contender for an S-tier game, honestly. Like, I love that one so much. I don't want to tell you what either of these two are, though. I'll save them for a surprise. But for now, that's going to do it. Finish this off as a topic as always. You just got a full 100% of Igor Union, all EX content, all achievements, everything. Save me from my own madness. Congrats, Marie. That's awesome. Glad to hear you finally got it. I know you've been doing it for a long time, trying to get it to work. I'm glad to hear you finally got it all set and ready to go. So, hopefully now you can escape from the Igor Union hell and you can work on a different game. But you can count yourself among the, what was it, like 4% or something that have all of those really rare achievements for the game. So that's good. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I enjoyed how it ended. I think it ended very strongly. The last half of it was just mwah, grandissimo. So, until I see you next, which will be this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a new game, or wherever I see you next around the internet, I hope that you'll take care and have a good one. It's 1.1%, not 4%? Holy shit. No, but that's a damn good trophy to be able to hold over your head, though, all things considered. Like, 1.1% of players get that. Like, that's nuts. I don't think I have any trophies that are like that for me. I think the closest I've ever gotten was like 5% or something if players have it. So, yeah, again, congrats on that. That's awesome. It's good to hear. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to studying because the schoolwork never ends, you see. But if I don't want to be part of the gig economy, I gotta do it!